Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi guys, we're live on YouTube. So you're all very welcome to the Courthouse Singing Sessions, the first of the Courthouse Singing Sessions in association with the Courthouse Art Centre in Tinahely. And tonight we're delighted to
Jerry,
have...
you're through.
Can we just... hold on?
Here. Here, it seems to be freezing a lot, but here, you're
Okay, so we're delighted to have Daoirí Farrell as our special guest. So most of you we're all experts now at this stage on Zoom. So what we're going to do, I'll just go through a few things. First of all, we're going to call three singers. We're going to ask you to stay unmuted, and when you are called, you unmute yourself. I'll call in threes. We'll start with the audience. We've got a lot of people in the room to get through. I'm not sure whether we'll manage to get through everyone, but we'll do our very best. What we're going to do now is we'll go to the audience for a little while before we go to Daoirí. So you're all very welcome. It's great to see you, and I'm really looking forward to the performances from Daoirí in a while. But for the moment, we'll call on Frank Greeley, Phil O'Connor and Vincent O'Connor for our first three. So Frank, call Will too.
Tommy Gamai.
How are you? You well?
I'm doing good, yeah. Doing
Great
good.
to see you. Great to see you.
Yeah, it's great to be part of all this tonight. So we'll give something a lash anyway. Okay.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Jerry.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
Great to see you.
Jerry is alive and well anyway, yeah.
Everyone's alive and kicking, yes.
Yeah.
Off
We're
you
ready
go.
to rock anyway, yeah.
Ready to rock, yeah. Ready to rock. In your own time, Frank.
Okay. One starry night, as I lay sleeping. One starry night, as I lay in bed, I dreamed I heard wagon wheels creaking. When I awoke, my young beloved fled. I'll search the highways, likewise the byways. I'll search the borings, the camping places too. I will inquire among our people if they've had tide or tidings or signs of you. For it's many the mile with you I've traveled. It's many the hour, love, with you I've spent. I dreamed you were my love forever. But now I find, love, that you were only lent. I'll go across the sea to England, to London, or to Birmingham, and in some public house I'll find you, lamenting for your love back home. For it's many the my love, with you I've traveled. It's many the hour, love, with you I've spent. I dreamed you were my love forever. But now I find, love, that you were only lent. But I'm drunk today, and I'm seldom sober. A constant rover from town to town. But when I'm dead and my sorrow has ended, I'll leave on a stirring, come and lay me down. For it's many the my love, with you I've traveled. It's many the hour, love, with you I've spent. I dreamed you were my love forever. But now I find, love, that you were only lent. Oh, now I find, love, oh, you were only lent. Thank you.
Gorgeous, Frank.
Well done, Frank.
Well
Great
done,
start.
Frank. Brilliant. So now we're going to head to Phil O'Connor. How will Phil? Hi, Phil. How are you? Can I ask you to unmute yourself?
Here I am, and I'm grand. Very well, thank you very much.
Great to see you.
Nice session here tonight, and lots of familiar faces. I'm going to sing Meet Me Tonight on the Shore.
Gorgeous.
I stood and I gazed on a maid of 16 in a woods where she rambled far and wide, beside an oak tree where she lay down to rest, with a gay gallant youth by her side. My ship sails tonight, love, my darling and my dear, and our meetings at Glen are all o'er. If you love me as true as you once said you do, come and meet me tonight on the shore. It was late last night that this big ship set sail, but it hit a bare rock in despair. When he thought upon his true love that he had left behind, 1,000 times he wished he was there. My ship sails tonight, love, my darling and my dear, and our meetings at Glen are all o'er. If you love me as true as you once said you do, come and meet me tonight on the shore. It was early next morning this young maid arose, and calmly she walked through the door. With her cloak in her hand, she strode through the strand, and she sat on that rock by the shore. Oh, my ship sails tonight, love, my darling and my dear, and our meetings at Glen are all o'er. If you love me as true as you once said you do, come and meet me tonight on the shore. Sinead.
Oh, that was lovely.
Brilliant, Phil. Now we're off to Vincent O'Connor. Call will Vincent on the screen. Vincent, can I ask you to mute yourself?
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Ah, there you are,
There
Vincent.
you are, Vincent. How are you? Are you well?
Fine, thanks, now, Rachel. Thank you very much.
Great. In your own time, so.
Lovely, thank you. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. We have no money for porter. We're here all day and we're drinking porter. We met a woman, we tried to court her. She told us we could not support her because we're too fond of porter. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. We have no money for porter. We love the pubs and we love the crack. We see a pub door, we won't turn back. About our Guinness, we're made so porter. But it's him who makes our porter. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. We have no money for porter. We love that drink with the creamy head. After 8 and 9 pints, we're still not fed. 5 or 6 more, we're off home to bed. We have bellies full of porter. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. We have no money for porter. We wake in the morning, our heads are busting, and for porter we are toasted. We have no money and we have no mortar, so we can't go for porter. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. We have no money for porter. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. Say no more, we're going home. We have no money for porter. We have no money for porter.
Oi. Oh, no, Vincent.
Brilliant, Vincent. No more, is right? Brilliant, Vincent. I can't wait till we can bring you over here, Vincent, to French's first, and then out to Tinahely Arts Centre.
Oh, lovely. That's great. I appreciate it.
We look forward to it.
Lovely.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Before we go to Derry, we'll call another 3, and we have another 3 singers lined up: Mick Doyle, Des Geraghty, and Bernie. Cowell Bernie. I saw Bernie. Yeah, perfect. So Mick, Cowell Mick. Can I ask you to unmute yourself, Mick? Mick Doyle.
There somewhere.
You're there somewhere. Can you hear us, Mick?
He's still muted.
Yeah, he's trying.
Keep trying, Mick. There, I'll ask you to unmute yourself, and if you click, you find it. Try it again.
There
There
you go.
you
Yeah.
There you are. How are you? You well?
You were missing off my screen there. No, I'm very well, thanks. Everybody else seems to be in good form.
Yes,
Indeed.
great to see everyone. Yeah.
Lovely start the Saturday evening for a session, and just like you said, it's very nice to get back to French's.
Yes, it surely would.
Very
Yeah.
good.
To have a sing song and a pint of black porter.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to sing the Wild Rapparee. Oh, how green are the fields that are trod by the fen, and how grand are the homes that the spoilers live in. Oh, how fresh are the crops in the valleys to see, but the heath is the home of the wild Rapparee. He has robbed many rich of their gold and their crown. He has outrode the soldiers who hunted him down. Alive he has vowed, they will never take me. No soldier will capture the wild Rapparee. But this morning those soldiers returned from the heat, and the sword of their leader was gone from its sheath. Its bright blade was dripping with red blood to see. From the head of the outlaw, the wild Rapparee. Now the clouds all around like a mantle tonight, and the hare seeks her den as she trembles in fright. No stars in the sky, and no moon to be seen. They're in mourning tonight for the wild Rapparee. There's a stone-covered grave on the grey mountainside. There's a bare wooden cross on which this is inscribed. Dear stranger, kneel down, saying Ave for me. I was sentenced for being a wild Rapparee. Dear stranger, kneel down, saying Ave for me. I was sentenced for being a wild Rapparee.
Lovely.
Oh, man.
Lovely song. Lovely
Always
singing.
love that. Always
Brilliant.
love that.
Love it. Yeah, you do a great version. Brilliant. Des Garrity is next. How are you, Des? Are you well?
Yeah, very good. Yeah. I'm going to sing a seasonal song, and I know a few people here heard this song only in the last week. So this relates to a period when Patrick's Day was a signal for us at home to get our boots out and head to the mountains. And that was the time before the coal ban in the city of Dublin, which was smoggy Dublin. all through the winter. Okay, so I'll have a go. Paddy's Day has come at last, and the brisk March winds are whistling past. The daffodils are gleaming gold on the stalls in Thomas Street. Farewell to smoggy winter nights. The moon and stars shine clear and bright on couples holding hands on the grimy streets. Come away with me to Kilmishogue, with our billy can and primus stove, and an oilskin to clad the ferny field, to climb the rocky mountainside, high above the city's concrete tide, to breathe a while where nature is holding sway. Our tent we'll pitch in Courtney's field, above Russian ferns of the great ring field, mid granite rocks, wild gorse and swishing trees. We'll tread Tree Rock and the Tailor's Grange, Ticknock and Croak of ancient fame, and ascend from the hills above Glendew to Fox's Pub for a pint or two. But when the evening stars come out to play, we'll find North Star and the Milky Way, and the starry plough, proud symbol of our tribe. When the dark sky falls down on Dublin town, watch the waking stars blink on the ground to change the city's grey sombre frown into a genteel smile of a fairy wonderland. So come away with me to Kilmishogue, bring your billy can and primus stove, and an oilskin to clad that ferny field. We'll rest on the rocky mountainside, high above the city's concrete tide, and we'll live a while where nature's holding sway. Sinead.
Well done, Des.
Hello, Des.
Oh.
It's lovely, absolutely gorgeous song. Thanks a million, Des. Woo! Brilliant. Right, so we're going to go to Bernie before we go over to our special guest. So, Bernie, how are you? Can I ask you to unmute yourself? How are you, Bernie?
I didn't know I was going to have any session tonight.
I cut you off the hop, did I? On the hop.
No, it's great. I'm delighted.
Good to see you.
I'll do Ewan McCall's song. I know I seem to do it my favourite, but I like Ewan McCall. I'll do The Joy of Living. Farewell, you northern hills, you mountains, all goodbye. Moorland and stony ridges, crags and peaks, goodbye. Clitherfack, farewell, cool babes, Caufel, cloud-bearing Soothan. Sun-warmed rock and the cold of Bleaklow's frozen sea. The snow and the wind and the rain of hills and mountains. Days in the sun and the tempered wind and the air like wine. And you drink till you're drunk on the joy of living. Farewell to you, my love, my time is almost gone. Lie in my arms once more until the darkness comes. You fill all my days, held the night at bay, dearest companion. Years pass by and are gone with the speed of birds in flight. Our lives like the verse of a song heard in the mountain. Give me your hand and love and join your voice with mine. We'll sing of the hurt and the pain and the joy of living. Farewell to you, my chicks, soon you must fly alone. Flesh of my flesh, my future life, bone of my bone. May your wings be strong, may your days be long, safe be your journey. Each of you bears inside of you the gift of love. May it bring you light and warmth and the pleasure of giving. Eagerly savor each new day in the taste of its mouth. Never lose sight of the thrill and the joy of living. Take me to some high place of heather, rock and lane. Scatter my dust and ashes, feed me to the wind, so that I will be part of all you see, the air you are breathing. I'll be part of the curlew's cry and the soaring hawk, the blue milkwort and the sundew hung with diamonds. I'll be riding the gentle wind that blows through your hair, reminding you how we shared in the joy of living. Sinead.
Lovely.
Oh,
Lovely.
It's you, Nicole's last one that you wrote. Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Thank you all.
Bernie. Thanks, Bernie. Brilliant. Well, we're going to
Thanks,
hand
Richard.
over to our special guest, Daoirí. Brilliant to have you with us here, Daoirí. How are you? Ask you to unmute yourself.
I think get used to this at this stage. Yeah, it's great to be here. It's great to be here. Thanks very much for having me. And I really wish that we were out there in real life up there drinking one of those pints of porter. That song is so infectious, Vincent. Thanks very much. It's just stuck in my head now. You know, I'm not allowed to have a pint of Guinness tonight. I bought 24 of them in Dunn's yesterday, but they're still my brother-in-law still drinking them. Don't worry, he's getting torn into them out there anyway. So I don't like the head the next morning. I like drinking this stuff. This is non-alcoholic, so this is grand, you know, suits me.
Well, you may get used to that now.
Look. Anyway, I'll sing. I'll start off. I want to start off with this song. It's a song called the True Born Irishman. It's not True Born Irishman. That's the album that I sung it on. But it's the Blue Tar Road. This is what happens to me, you know, when I'm not out doing gigs, exercising these songs all the time. They get fat and lazy like me, you know, and I can't remember the words of them or anything. You know? Which says a lot of you. There's nothing new there, Daoirí. That's what it's like at one of your gigs as well. So, but I want to sing the Blue Tar Road anyway first, and I was thinking about that song today, and it goes like this. I'm just gonna pop my earphones out for this one here. Goes like this. I am a true-born Irishman, a traveller am I. My home the road, no fixed abode. I must travel till I die. Though few men give me camping space, I and fewer call me friend. Oh, the hard road for the traveller, I must travel till the end. Hunger, hardships, and poverty, and the traveller's weary load. Hunger, hardships, and poverty on the blue tar road. I came to Dublin City Fair in the year of '59, and I camped in Lansdowne's grim valley with others of my kind. Oh, Buntumlin's corporation, good Christians to a man, tore down our camp and uprooted us, and dragged out our caravans. Hunger, hardships, and poverty, and the traveller's weary load. Hunger, hardships, and poverty on the blue tar road. Out here in Cherry Yarn, no cherry blossoms bloom. We're forgotten and unwanted in dirt and in muck and gloom. But the man above who died for love and was nailed onto a tree, well, wasn't he a traveller the same as you and me? Oh, and please God, in your own good time, lift the traveller's weary load, and we'll bid farewell to poverty and the blue tar road. Thanks.
Brilliant, Derek.
Yo,
Gorgeous.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Wow.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, man.
Does that sound okay? Yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Perfect. Okay,
Perfect.
so throw something at me if it goes off or anything, right? So yeah, I'll sing another one. and I have a few written down. And you know the way I write songs down, I don't really like them then when I write them down. I don't like the look of them. I'm going to do this one. It's You Rollickin' Froliccin' Boys from around Tandragee. It's one of the first kind of unaccompanied songs, I suppose, that I learned from start to finish. So I'll give you that one. It goes like this. Oh, here's to the boys who are happy and gay, singing and dancing and tearing away. Rollicksome, frolicsome, frisky and free. We're the rollicking boys around Tandragee. Bad luck to ye all here, barring the cat that sits in the corner, smelling the rat, and wish ye philandering girls and behave, and sparing a moment I'll chant ye a stave. I come from the land where the praties grow big, and the girls neat and handy can dance a fine jig. The boys, they will charm your poor hearts for to see off our rare and fine people in Tandragee. Well, here's to the boys who are happy and gay, singing and dancing and tearing away. Rollicksome, frolicsome, frisky and free. We're the rollicking boys around Tandragee. Oh, no doubt you have heard of Killarney, I'm sure, or Sweet and a Shone for a drop on the pure, and Dublin's the place for the strawberry beds, and Donnybrook Fair for the cracking of heads. Have you ever seen an Irishman dancing poltog as he faces his partner and turns up his brogues? He shakes at the buckle and bends at the knee, for we're rare and fine dancers in Tandragee. And here's to the boys who are happy and gay, singing and dancing and tearing away. Rollicksome, frolicsome, frisky and free. We're the rollicking boys around Tandragee. Well, the old jaunting car is an elegant jilt, and Derry's a place that is famed for a halt all round the green bushes that grow in Tyrone, and County Fermanagh for muscle and bone. But for feasting and dancing and fun at the fair, oh, there's none can be matched with those rakes from Kildare. We'll bait them all yet, boys, of that you will see, for we're rare and fine people in Tandragee. Oh, and here's to the boys who are happy and gay, singing and dancing and tearing away. Rollicksome, frolicsome, frisky and free. We're the rollicking boys around Tandragee. Tell me, where is the man-eater, Christian or Turk, can bait the bold Robert Emmet or Burke? And where is the liar that can speak up like Dan? Oh, and divil another bad luck to the one. And where is the singer can sing like Tom Moore, whose melodies will charm all dull thoughts from your door? We'll beat them all yet, boys, of that you will see, for we're rare and fine people here in Tandragee. Oh, and here's to the boys who are happy and gay, singing and dancing and tearing away. Rollicksome, frolicsome, frisky and free. We're the rollicking boys around Tandragee. Thanks.
Oh,
Daoirí.
Right.
Man.
Thanks very much.
oh.
I'll finish up the first half with this one. And again, this is a song I haven't sung in a long time. They're absolutely sick of listening to me singing here in this house, right? So I kind of stopped for a while, like I said to you, but I'm going to do the pool song, right? So So we
brilliant.
started off and I done a Dublin song, and then we went up to the north, and now we're going down to the south. So I'm going to finish up this half with the pool song, right? I love this one. I learned this one from Jimmy Crowley years ago. I was amazed when I heard it first. I actually had this song on a tape cassette, so that'll tell you how old I am. I know what that is. Exactly. And it was gas. I actually broke it from listening to it, you know. So I love this stuff. So yeah, the pill song goes like this.
Brilliant.
May the Lord upon high, who rules the sky, look down on our poems and bars. For the people therein, both women and men, are neglecting their pints and their jars. Oh, the crack it is bad, and the atmosphere sad, and every man has a face like a mule. And all he can do is grab an old cue and start playing a game of pool. Now when I was a boy, it was always me joy to visit the pub each night. There was arguments, scraps, and killings, perhaps, but every man thought he was right. There were badgers and dogs and old men from the bogs, and the young fellas acting the tool. But now there's no crack, for every man jack hands his arse in the air playing pool. To the rural alehouse, after milking the cows, all the customers made their way. And there they would dwell, and they drink till they fell, while the fiddles and pipes did play. Oh, the jings and the reels, and the rattling of heels, and the polkas and slides were the rule. But now there's no chance of a tune or a dance, for every man's playing damn pool. Now this pool you will find is a game designed for a foolish illiterate lout. You put in for bob and you turn an old knob, and a big shower of balls come out. They're all placed on a table, then if you're able, you knock them back into a hole. More money goes in, you start over again until you lose every bob of your dole. Now in the Irish Free State, all the people are bait from playing and watching this game. In their necks they have creaks which no doctors can fix, and their backs and their shoulders are maimed. Now their arses protrude in a manner most lewd, from being hoisted aloft in the air. And their eyeballs are sore and dripping with gore, and they act in a manner most queer. So if you see a young man, and his face it is one, and his eyes of a vacant stare, and his jawbone is slack, and his head is tossed back, and he can tell a cob from a mare, with his nostrils dilated and his head corrugated, and his manners like those of a fool. Well, on your shirt you can bet that you have just met a man gone mad from playing damn pool. Thanks.
Oh!
Go. Thanks.
Oh, man.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Lovely.
Well done.
Well done, Derry.
Enjoyed that. We'll come back to you shortly. Thanks a million,
Enjoyed
Derek.
that.
Thanks a million. We really enjoyed that set. Brilliant. Right, lads. So we're going to go back out into the audience, to the Brady Bunch screen in front of me here, and I'll call another three: Michael O'Leary and Jack and Angela. So Michael O'Leary, call Will and Michael. I did see you. Can I ask you to unmute yourself, Michael? Can you see Michael?
He's there, all right. He's on page 2.
Michael, I'll ask you to unmute yourself.
So,
Are you there? There you
hey,
are.
yeah,
How are you? Are you well?
you caught me off guard. Yeah, thank
Did
you.
I?
Great to be with you.
Great to
So
see you.
I'm gonna with St. Patrick's Day coming up, I'm gonna do a Dublin song, a seafaring song. You know, some people put this maybe into shanty form. I've kind of listened to a bunch of versions and cobbled together my own. It's a great old song. I don't know the origin of it, but I'm sure a lot of you will recognize it. So now I'll tell you of a sailing ship to New York she was bound, her captain being an Irishman belonging to Dublin town. And when he sees his native land and city of high renown, it's break away the green burgee and the harp without the crown. Hurrah, hurrah, for the girls of Dublin town. Hurrah, for our bonny green flag, the harp without the crown. 'Twas on the 17th of March we arrived in New York Bay. Our crew, nigh all being Irishmen, must celebrate the day. The stars and stripes was high aloft and fluttering all around, and underneath the monkey gaff flew the harp without the crown. Hurrah, hurrah, for the girls of Dublin town. Hurrah, for our bonny green flag, the harp without the crown. And now we're out to sea again and things are running wild. The officers and crew still drunk, around the decks they're piled. But by tomorrow morning, boys, will work without a frown, for on board the Shenandoah flies the harp without the crown. Hurrah, hurrah, for the girls of Dublin town. Hurrah, for our bonny green flag, the harp without the crown. You can sing the chorus if you want, even though I can't hear you. Sometimes we sail for foreign parts, sometimes we sail for home, and Pat will always do his best no matter where he roam. Sometimes we wished we'd never signed to sail the 7 seas, wish we was in a Dublin pub with a girl upon each knee. Hurrah, hurrah, for the girls of Dublin town. Hurrah, for our bonny green flag, the harp without the crown. Sometimes we're bound for Liverpool, sometimes we're bound for France, but now we're bound for Dublin town to give the girls a chance. And when the voyage is all done and we are off to shore, we'll spend our money on the girls, then go to sea once more. Hurrah, hurrah, for the girls of Dublin town. Hurrah, for our bonny green flag, the harp without the crown. Hurrah, hurrah, for the girls of Dublin town. Hurrah, for our bonny green flag, the harp
without
the crown.
Well done.
Thank you. Happy St. Paddy's, everybody.
Yeah, same to you.
Same to you. Brilliant. Thanks, Michael. All right, we're going over to Jack and Angela. Hi, Jack. Hi, Angela. How are you?
Oh, great. And yourselves?
Great to be here.
Oh, sure, we're in great form. It'd be nice to be in a pub, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, well, just.
I noticed there's a lot of songs about drink so far. I haven't even got to 10 o'clock.
We're kind of giving each other some messages there. It would be great to get back to Tinnahealy, Courthouse Tinnahealy. You guys were.
Oh, well, it won't be too long.
Yeah, not too long, please God, yeah.
Okay. So this first song is a song that I wrote some years ago, and what happened was I heard this young couple from Donegal, and they were explaining how they had lost their jobs in the recession, and they had a little house, they couldn't pay the mortgage, and they couldn't rent it out, and they couldn't sell it. The bank wouldn't help them. They were just at the end of their tether, and this is what they were doing. They had bought 2 one-way tickets to Canada, and they were going to put the keys through the door and walk away from the house. Can you just imagine that situation? So this is the song, it's called The Scattering. a storm o' cree a storm as I put the key through the door. As they fell and they lay with our dreams on the floor, she sang a storm o' cree a storm, a storm o' cree a storm. She rose early this morning to walk in her garden, the garden she knew she would walk in no more. And by way of farewell her tears watered it well, and soft she sang Erin's green shore. She sang a storm o' cree a storm as I put the keys through the door. As they fell and they lay with our dreams on the floor, she sang a storm o' cree a storm, a storm o' cree a storm. She said, how can this be, love, that we have to flee, love? We're standing like strangers outside our own door. No one starved, no one died, but last night how she cried when we all sang the Green Shamrock Shore. She sang a storm o' cree a storm as I put the key through the door. As they fell and they lay with our dreams on the floor, she sang a storm o' cree a storm, a storm o' cree a storm. Leaving Donegal town now, we're Montreal bound now. The green fields of Canada, may they be kind. There's a promise of work and we're sure due some luck. So here's a health to us all and the songs that we'll find. She sang a storm o' cree a storm as I put the keys through the door. As they fell and they lay with our dreams on the floor, she sang a storm o' cree a storm, a storm o' cree a storm. She sang a storm o' cree a storm, a storm o' cree a storm.
Oh, beautiful.
Lovely.
Beautiful. Well done.
So gorgeous.
Wow.
Thank
Gorgeous
you.
song. Wow.
Thanks very much. Now this song is a song by Robert Burns, a happy love song. It's called The Plowman, and I've thought, well, I've wondered a few times if perhaps he had himself in mind when he wrote this song. He is known as the Plowman poet, and I believe he was a handy dancer in his younger days. So this is the Plowman. Okay.
Yeah, give me a second, yeah. Okay.
The plowman, he's a bonny lad, his hat is ever true, Joe. His garter's knit below the knee, and his bonnet it is blue, Joe. Up with all my plowman lad, hi my merry plowman. Well, of all the trades that I do ken, commend me to the plowman. The plowman, he comes home at night, he's often wet and weary. Take off the wet, put on the dry, and come to bed, my dearie. Up with all my plowman lad, hi my merry plowman. Of all the trades that I do ken, commend me to the plowman. Now I've been east and I've been west and I've been at St. Johnson, but the bonniest sight I ever saw was my plowman laddie dancing. Up with all my plowman lad, hi my merry plowman, of all the trades that I did ken, commend me to the plowman. Snow white stockings on his legs, silver buckles glancing, the good blue bonnet on his head, and oh, but he was handsome. Up with all my plowman lad, hi my merry plowman, of all the trades that I did ken, commend me to the plowman. Commend me to the barren yard and the corn moo man, I never had my coggy food till I met with the plowman. Up with all my plowman lad, hi my merry plowman, of all the trades that I did ken, commend me to the plowman. Up with all my plowman lad, hi my merry plowman, of all the trades that I did ken, commend me to the plowman. Thank you.
Oh,
Lovely, lovely.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thanks a million, Jack and Angela. Always a pleasure to hear you both.
oh, thank you.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Right, we're going back. Joe Gallagher and Vincent and Marion. So, Joe Gallagher, I can see you there, Joe. How are you? Are you well?
Thanks, yeah, great. Not a bother. Thanks. How are you all there?
We're all good. We're all
Good
good.
to see you, Joe.
I'm going to try a Mick Hanley song. The Kiss in the Morning Early. It's from the O'Loughlin collection. Oh, 'twas early one morning, the fair maid arose, dressed herself up in the finest of clothes, and off to the shoemaker's shop sure she goes, for a kiss in the morning early. Well, the cobbler arose and he soon let her in, his awl and his hammer were neat as a pin, and he had the will for to greet her so slim, with a kiss in the morning early. O cobbler, 'tis soon we'll be wed, and nestling together in a fine feathered bed. So give me 2 shoes with 2 buckles of red, for me kiss in the morning early. Now the maid hid the shoes at the back of her waist, she praised his good cobbling and shoemaker's taste, and it's off to her father she mournfully faced, for it was in the morning early. Oh father, I've got me a man, and he is the one that I'd wed if I can, as handsome as Annie in leather did stand, for me kiss in the morning early. Now the father was thinking and thinking again, for to wed her for riches or have her fair kin. Who knows but it might be a prince or a king that she met in the morning early. Who knows but it might be some jobber from town, or a wealthy sea captain who sailed the world round, a man with some thousands and thousands of pounds that she met in the morning early. So the father was thinking his daughter he embraced, and he feeling the buckles he drew back in haste. He spied the red shoes that were tied round her waist, for it was in the morning early. Oh daughter, he started to shout, when he did discover what she was about. Who knows but it's only that old cobbling clout that you met in the morning early.
Oh,
Joe.
It's lovely.
Brilliant, Joe. Good on you.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
So we're going to go to Vincent Strunks and Marion. I think you're on my screen. Can I ask you to unmute yourselves?
Come in, Daoirí.
Good man, Simon. Hi, Vincent. How are you?
Good. We're good.
You're good?
We're all good.
You're looking good.
Well, thanks very much. Did you hear that, Marianne?
She's only peppered you up.
Anyway, I sang this song here about 30 years ago at an Ulster Fleadh and got disqualified because it wasn't a traditional song. So I'm going to sing it now just to spite them. A wealthy squire lived in our town. He was a man of high renown. He had one daughter, a beauty bright, and the name he gave her was his heart's delight. How many young men for to court her came, but none of them could her favour gain, till there came a man of a low degree, and among them all she did fancy. Now when her father he came to know that his daughter loved this young man so, over 50 miles he sent her away, all to deprive her of her wedding day. One night as she lay in her bedroom, her love he appeared up from the gloom. He touched her hand and to her did say, "Arise, my darling, and come away." But with her young man she got on, and they rode a swifter than any wine. They rode along for an hour or more, till he cried, "My darling, my head feels sore." A holland handkerchief she then took out, and with it she wrapped his aching head about. She kissed his lips and to him did say, "My love, you are colder than any clay." And when they came to her father's gate, get down, love, for 'tis getting late. Get down, and go into bed, and I'll see that your horse is both groomed and fed. And when she came to her father's hall, "Who's there, who's there?" her own father did call. "'Tis I, dear father, did you send for me? By such a messenger and a naming he." "Oh no, dear daughter, that cannot be. Your words are false and you lie to me. For in yon far mountain your true love lies, and in yon green valley his body lies. Well, the truth it did dawn on this maiden brave, and with her friends she exposed the grave, where lay her true love full 9 months dead, and a holland handkerchief round his head. So to all parents, as I say still, who deprive true lovers of their own free will, for all the promises and vows they give, they will never take them back whilst they live. There we go.
Lovely.
Lovely, lovely, Vincent.
Well done, Vincent. Brilliant. Well done, Vincent. Have we got one from Marion?
I'm here.
You're there?
I'm here.
How are you? Are you well?
Looking at my beloved sitting in the settee across from me.
Some wanted to. They're loser.
All right. I must away now. I can no longer tarry. The morning tempest I have to cross. I must be guided without a stumble into the arms I love the most. And when he came to his true love's dwelling, he knelt down gently upon a stone, and through her window he whispered lowly, "Is my true lover within at home? Wake up, love. It is thy own true lover. Wake up, love, and let me in. For I am tired, love, and oh so weary. And more than this, strange to the skin, she raised her up, her dance of pillow. She raised her up, and she led them in, and they were locked in each other's arms, until that long night was past and gone. And when that long night was passing over, and when the smoke clouds to grow. He's taken her hand and we kissed and parted. Then he saddled and mounted and away did go. I must away now. I can no longer tarry. The morning tempest I have to cross. I must be guided without a stumble into the arms I love the most. Thank you.
Oh, well done, Mary.
Yeah, Manny.
Oh,
Good one, Marion.
lovely.
Beautiful. Thanks a million, Vincent and Marion. Lovely to see you both. Brilliant. Before we go back to our special guest, Calvary, can we get a song from Frank? Can I ask you to unmute yourself there, Frank?
What is it like? My mouth up.
Sorry, Rachel.
Yours, Frank.
Sorry. Okay, I was going to do a very serious song, but I decided not to. And for the first time in history, I'm going to sing a song about toilet rolls. This song came about. Was prompted by Siobhan Peoples being ecstatic about a bargain that was going on in Ennis for toilet rolls in Aldi. And she bought this big pack and put them up in the attic, you know, for when you need them later on. And this was all before the lockdown and the panic buying started. So it's called Siobhan's Dilemma, or Roll Up, Roll Up.
Great.
Oh, at 50 pence a roll, it's a wonder to extol. It's kitten soft and quilted for your pleasure. From the first sheet to the last, stringent test it had to pass. 500 each will give you ample measure. Oh, she bought that large white pack, there's no way she'll bring them back. And for storage she just put them in the attic. For you'd never know the day when you'd need them, as they say. For them that gets the runs, they're automatic. For to give your arse a treat and to leave the toilet neat, it's kitten soft and quilted you'll be using. The Romans used a stick, the Japanese, they had a trick, but the Kuji caused a little bit of bruising. I could tell you reams of stuff, but you'd quickly have enough. The important thing is when you spend a penny, have the toilet roll to hand, for the action must be planned, and you're rightly snookered if you haven't any. Oh, she bought that large white pack, there's no way she'll bring them back, and for storage she just put them in the attic. For you'd never know the day when you'd need them, as they say. For them that gets the runs, they're automatic. Now when Tesco they've run out, panic buying there's no doubt. The same in Super Value, Aldi, Lidl. There's people holding back the urge, the old colon for to purge. Without the kitten soft, they'll only piddle. When you're sitting there, palatic, just remember, check the attic. If like Siobhan, you bought a load last summer, you'll be sitting on the throne, doing Facebook on your phone. Affect the Wi-Fi's gone, well, that's a bummer. Oh, she bought that large white pack, there's no way she'll bring them back. And for storage, she just put them in the attic. For you'd never know the day when you'd need them, as they say. For them that gets the runs, they're automatic. Now we're all still in lockdown, every face it wears a frown. There's no comfort in the telly nor the booze. And when you're on the Zoom, sitting in each other's room, Your call of nature all them has confused. For the video's switched off, you're reaching for the kitchen soft, and you're running to the loo between each song. And they ask, is he still there? Every singer's going spare. Thank Fectiel, soon there will be no pong. Oh, she bought that large white pack. There's no way she'll bring them back. And for storage, she just put them in the attic. For you'd never know the day when you'd need them, as they say. For them that gets the runs, they're automatic. Oh, for them that gets the runs, they're automatic.
Oh!
Brilliant. Thanks a million. Right. Thanks a million. We're going to head back over to our special guest, Daoirí. He's standing by. It's a really gorgeous night. It's good to have you on here.
I'll do one or two on the bazooki, I think. Thanks very much, guys. That was brilliant.
Yeah,
Frank, fair play to you, Frank. That was great. And then, hold on. Yeah, I'll do one or two on the bazooki here. This is a new one. As you can see on the wall there, I have a bit of a problem when it comes to bazookies and guitars and that. But it's me pride and joy they are, you know. So I'll do one here if you think it's too loud or anything like that. This is can be a little bit overwhelming, but if it is, I'll just have to not play as loud. So yeah, I'm going to do I had it in my head and all there, it's gone. Oh yeah, I want to sing this one for me ma and my dad are on there. I haven't done this one in a long time. Okay, yeah. See, I told you. Where am I going? Hold on. Yeah, I'm going up there. Okay. Oh, when I was young and I was in my day, I'd steal what woman's heart there was away, sing and dance until morning, make away until the dawning, right before I was the man you'd see today. I was born beneath the stars that promised all. Could have lived my life between Cork Cove and Youghal, singing dance until morning and rave away until the dawning, right before I was the man you'd see today. And there in the mirror on the wall, I see the dream is fading from the contender to the brawl, the ring and the rose and the matador are raving, and when I die, I'll die drunk out on the street. You can count me out to 10 and clear the fields. Drop the starry plough around me and let the pipers on me. And there I'll wait until the Lord above I'll meet. And there in the mirror all on the wall, I see the dream is fading, and from the contender to the brawl, the ring and the rose, the matador are raving. Oh, wrap the starry plough around me and let the pipers sound me. And there I'll wait until the Lord above I meet.
Yo. Whoa.
In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm on my phone here. I'm trying to write back to me mum. So my mum is on Zoom here. She's watching and she keeps texting, Derry, can you see me? And all? Yeah, I can, man. Of course I can. I'm not actually looking at you, man. I have to look at you for most of the day, every day. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not looking at you now. I'm taking a rest, man, right for the moment. But I still love you and that, you know. So I'll sing another one here. And what will I do this time? I'll do something a little bit happier. Oh yeah, somebody on YouTube asked me to do Tipping It Up to Nancy. So yeah, I'll do that one. In our town, a woman you all knew well. She loved her husband dearly, but and loved the man twice as well. Me right Finnick and Derry, oh, me to Finnick, oh, me right Finnick and Derry, oh, we're taking her up to Nancy. She went into the chemist shop for remedies to find her knew anything in your chemist shops and make me husband blind. Oh, be right Finnick and Derry, oh, me to Finnick, oh, be right Finnick and Derry, oh, we're taking her up to Nancy. Said she give him the eggs and marrow bones and make him suck them all. Oh, and before he has the last one sucked, he won't see you at all. Oh, be right Finnick and Derry, oh, Finnick, oh, be right Finnick and Derry, oh, and we're taking her up to Nancy. She gave him the marrow bones and make him suck them all. Oh, and before he has the last one sucked, he won't see you at all. Oh, be right Finnick and Derry, oh, Finnick, oh, be right Finnick and Derry, oh, and we're chipping her up to Nancy. So she gave him eggs and marrow bones and made him suck them all. Oh, and before he had the last one sucked, he couldn't see her at all. Oh, be right Finnick and Derry, oh, Finnick, oh, be right Finnick and Derry, oh, and we're chipping her up to Nancy. Well, if in this world I cannot see it here, I cannot stay. Oh, I think I'll go off and drown myself. Come on, she says, I'll show you the way. Me Finnick and Derry, oh, me tip Finnick, oh, me with Finnick and Derry, oh, we're taking her up to Nancy. I'm only learning this instrument, everyone. Well, she led him to the river, she led him to the brim. All it's lying on Al Martin, it was him that shoved her in down. Be right Finnick and Derry, oh, be tip Finnick, oh, be right Finnick and Derry, oh, we're taking her up oh, shut up and that, you fool, you know that I am blind. Be right Finnegan, Derry, oh, what's the matter up to the sea? There's 9 kids in me family now, but none of them are me own. Oh, I wish that each and every man would come and claim his own. Would be right Finnegan, Derry, oh, Finnegan, oh, be right Finnegan, Derry, oh, what's the matter up to the sea? There's a woman in our town, a woman you want to well. Oh, she loved her husband dearly, both and them twice as well. Me right Finnegan, Derry, oh, me to Finnegan, oh, me right Finnegan, Derry, oh, what's from there up to from there up? Finnegan, Derry, oh, me to Finnegan, oh, me right Finnegan, Derry, oh, what's from there up to Nancy? Thanks very much. Full of bogey cards in there, you know, just threw them in case you think that, you know, in case you think it's pre-recorded or anything.
You're the best beginner I've ever seen on this instrument.
Jesus, Simon, yeah, I love you too. Thanks very much. Right, I'm going to sing this one. It's a song called Van Diemen's Land, and I got this one from Jerry O'Reilly. And thanks very much, Jerry O'Reilly. I'm going to do the Daoirí Farrell version of this song, so it goes like this. Come all ye gallant poachers who ramble void of care, who wander out on moonlit nights with your dog and gun and snare. Oh, the hare and lofty pheasant you will have at your command, not thinking on your last career spent on Van Diemen's Land. Young Thomas Brown from the town, Jack Murphy and poor Gio were 3 determined poachers, bold as our country well did know. And by the keeper of the game, brave boys, one night they were trepanned, and straight away transported unto Van Diemen's Land. And the moment that we landed there upon that fatal shore, oh, the planters gathered all around us, well, there might be 20 score, and they ranked us up like horses, and they sold us out of hand, and they hooked us up to the plough, brave boys, to work Van Diemen's Land. God bless our wives and families, likewise the happy shore, and not keep the light of contentment that we shall see no more. And as for those wretched females, see them we seldom can, and there are 14 men to every woman, all on Van Diemen's Land. Well, at night times when I'm slumbering, well, I have me a pleasant dream that I'm sitting down in the cool green grass down at the boiling stream, and I'm wandering through the meadow fair with my sweetheart by the hand, and I'll awaken broken hearted still on Van Diemen's Land. And 14 years is a long, long time, and that's our sentence run. For nothing more than poaching, well, that's all I've ever done. And you give up both your dog and gun, and poaching every man, and you only know the hardships that were on Van Diemen's land. Every 10 side, £500, all laid out in my hand. Well, I'd give it up for poaching if that I could command. And then I'd return to Erin's Isle, and I'd be a happy man. And I'd bid farewell to poaching, likewise Van Diemen's Land. Thanks, everyone.
Whoa!
Thanks very much. Yes, so how many was that now? Have we got another one, have we?
That was 3. So
that was 3. Right, okay, fair play. That was the time flies, doesn't it, when you're having fun?
Flew.
Trying to remember
Brilliant,
the words of songs.
We'll be back to you. We'll be back to you shortly. Thanks a million, Derry.
Thanks, guys.
Brilliant, really great, brilliant. Okay, we're going to go over to Paul and Deirdre Tobin, and then Owen Cormacan.
How are you, Rachel?
Hi there.
How are you, John?
How are you? So
How are we doing, guys? Are we well?
Not too
Not
bad.
too bad. You want me to follow your man, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Brilliant.
Away you go.
Right, I'll try this one. It's a 98 song. Actually, Jerry O'Reilly was the first man I ever heard singing this song about 30 years ago. It's Come all you warriors and renowned nobles who once commanded brave warlike bands, lay down your plumes and your golden trophies, give up your arms with a trembling hand. For Father Murphy from County Wexford, lately aroused from a sleepy dream, to cut down cruel Saxon persecution and wash it away in a crimson stream. Sure Julius Caesar nor Alexander nor brave King Arthur ever equaled him. For armies formidable he did oppose them, though with 2 pikemen he did begin. The Camolan cavalry he did unhorse them, their first lieutenant he cut him down, and with broken ranks and with shattered columns they soon returned to Camolan town. On the hill of Owlert he displayed his valour, where 100 Cork men lay on the plain, and at Enniscorthy his sword he wielded. I hope we see him once more again. The loyal townsmen gave their assistance, we'll die or conquer, they all did say. The yeoman cavalry made no resistance, for on the pavement their bodies lay. When Enniscorthy became subject to us, 'twas on to Wexford we marched our men, and on the Tree Rock we took up our quarters, waiting for daylight the town to win. With drums a-beating the streets did echo, and acclamations came from door to door. On the Windmill Hill we pitched our tents, and drank like heroes, but paid no score. At Carrigrove for some time we waited, and next to Gorey we did repair. At Tuberneering sure we thought no harm, but the bloody army was waiting there. The issue of it was a close engagement, and on the soldiers we played warlike pranks. Through sheepwalks, hedgerows, and shady thickets, there were mangled bodies and broken ranks. The shuddering cavalry, I can't forget them. We made the brushes on their helmets straight. They turned about and they made for Dublin as though they ran in a 10-pound plate. Now some crossed Donnybrook and more through Blackrock, and some up Shankill without wound or flaw. And if Barry Lawless be not a liar, there's some went grousing up Lugallaw. With flying colours we marched on to Limerick, and to Kilcavan we did repair. 'Twas at Mount Pleasant that we called the country, and pointed cannon at the soldiers there. When we thought fit we marched on to Gorey, and next was Arklow we did surround. And the night being coming we regretted sorely, though 100 soldiers lay on the ground. The towns of England were left quite naked of all their soldiers, both foot and horse, and the Highlands of Scotland were left unguarded, likewise the Hessians the seas did cross. To the Windmill Hill of Enniscorthy, the British fencibles, they fled like deer, but our ranks were shattered and sorely scattered by the loss of Kyne and his Shelmaliers. Now if the French had but reinforced us and landed transports at Dagenbun, Father John Murphy would be their seconder, and 16,000 with him would come. Success attend you, sweet County Wexford, throw off the yoke and to battle run. Let them not think we gave up our arms, for every man has a pike and gun.
Brilliantly
Brilliant.
done, Paul.
Yep, brilliant.
Well done, Paul.
Fantastic, lad.
Oh, I have to follow that.
Yeah.
No bother to you.
I'm going to stay in Wexford. Okay. It was in the blooming summertime, when fields and meadows are in their prime. Actually, I'll start a bit higher, I think. It was in the blooming summertime, when fields and meadows are in their prime. To take the air I was inclined, and carelessly did range, where primrose pale and violets blue, and daisies o'er the meadows grew. My onward course I did pursue, till I arrived in Grange. It was there I spied a neat abode, a sunny cottage by the road, wherein a damsel sat and sewed, her beauty could change man's darkest sorrow into bliss, had he a moment to caress, and through life's journey to possess the blooming flower of Grange. Her eyes, they glittered like the stars that we call Mercury and Mars, or those bright comets from afar in their celestial reign. Heaven above was a beautiful sight, and the moon shone down its beaming light, for to illume this beauty bright, the blooming flower of Grange. Her amber locks in ringlets thick flowed slowly round her snow-white neck, and the rose that bloomed upon her cheek no winter wind could change. In sudden raptures of delight, I then approached this beauty bright, and my heart was stopped at the first sight of the blooming flower of Grange. I said, my blooming flower fair, if you would me affection with me share, sorry, I solemnly now do declare your state I wish to change, while life shall animate thy breast. I love respect, and I'll do my best to keep your gentle mind at rest, my blooming flower of Grange. Kind sir, she said, your offer's good, and I would embrace it if I could, although I feel my parents would our union disarrange. Though 18 summers I have seen, a lover yet I have not been, therefore I cannot be your queen, said the blooming flower of Grange. 'Tis sad, my love, for to say farewell, and the pain I feel no tongue can tell. Those heavy thoughts I can't dispel that in my bosom reign. All for the want of free consent, I'm doomed in exile to repent, and all through life I will lament for the day I came to Grange. Young man, she said, your worries subdue, for since I find you really true, forever the same I'll be to you, through life I'll never change. And though I fail to get consent, still to be yours is my intent. So you have no cause for to lament, said the blooming flower of Grange. 1,000 thanks, my heart's delight, my troubles you have put to flight. I will always bless this glorious night that brought this happy change. So come prepare and be my bride, near Wexford town I do reside, where the nuptial knot it will be tied to the blooming flower of Grange.
Lovely.
Sinead.
Great stuff. Well sung.
Brilliant.
It's amazing, Deirdre, and everyone. Fantastic. Brilliant.
Thanks,
Great
lads.
to see you guys. Right,
Cheers.
we're going over to Owen Cormac. And Owen, can I ask you to unmute yourself, please?
Hi, Rachel.
How are you? Are you well?
Very good. Very good. That was gorgeous, Deirdre. Absolutely lovely. You're embarrassed as well. Good to see some Galway people, fellow Galway people in on it. I'm going to sing My Constant Farmer's Son that I learned from Maureen Keelker. There was a rich farmer's daughter in Limerick town did dwell. She was modest, fair, and handsome, and her parents loved her well. She was admired by lords and squires, but their hopes were all in vain. For there was none but a farmer's son, young Mary his heart could gain. A long time young Willie courted her and appointed the wedding day. His parents they did give consent, but her brothers they did say, there is a Lord who pledged his word, and him you shall not shun. For we'll betray and surely slay your constant farmer's son. There was a fair in Limerick town, the brothers went straight away. They asked young Willie's company with them to spend the day. The day being gone, the night came on, they said his race was run. And 'twas with a stake the life did take of her constant farmer's son. As young Mary on her pillow lay, she had a dreadful dream. She dreamt she saw her own true love lying by yon parling stream. Young Mary rose, put on her clothes to seek her love did run. But 'twas dead and cold, she did behold her constant farmer's son. The tears rolled down her ruby cheeks and mingled with his gore. And to relieve her troubled heart, she kissed him o'er and o'er. She gathered the green leaves from the trees to shade him from the sun. A night and the day she passed away with her constant farmer's son. But hunger soon came creeping in, and she wept with bitter woe. And to seek out his murderer on homeward she did go, saying, parents dear, you soon will hear of the dreadful deed that's done. In yonder vale lies cold and pale my constant farmer's son. Up stepped the eldest brother, and he swore it was not he. The same reply the youngest gave, and he swore most bitterly. You need not swear, young Mary said, nor try the law to shun. For you've done the deed, and you'll surely bleed for my constant farmer's son. The brothers, they soon owned their guilt, and for the same did die. The doctors got their bodies far to practice by. Both night and day on her murder love did run. In an asylum cell this maid does dwell, for her constant farmer's son.
Lovely.
You're
Great.
welcome.
Brilliant. Thanks a million, Noel. Great to see you. We're going to go our next three. Marion McAleer, Simon Oak and Poor King. Hi Marion.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, brilliant. It's
There you
always
are.
touch and go, touch and go. Great to see you all. And all the new hairstyles.
I think we've another few months to go.
Yeah. As I rode out one evening fair by the verdant braes of screen, I set my back to a hawthorn tree to view the sun in the west country and the dew in the forest green. A lad I spied by yon burnside, wi' a lassie by his knee, and he was as dark as the berry brown red, and she all way and wan to see, all way and wan was she. Oh, sit you down on the grass, he said, on this dewy grass so green, for the wee birds, they have all come and gone, since I my own true love did see, since I've my true love seen. Oh, I'll not sit on the grass, she said, no lover will I be of thine, for I hear you lie with a Connacht girl, and your heart's no longer mine, my dear. Your heart's no longer mine. So I'll not heed what a young man says, let his eyes be blue or brown. No, and I'll never heed what any young man says. If he's fair to man, he's the one, she said. If he's fair to man, he's the one. But I will climb the high, high tree, and I'll rob that wild bird's nest, and home I will bring what I find
and there, to the arms that I love best, my dear, to the arms that I love best.
Sinead.
Yep.
Wow.
Simon.
That was lovely, Marianne.
How are you, Simon?
I fell from the high tree there.
The helmet helped.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit overdressed. I was thinking the Irish were dressing in green around this time of the year, but I only see Des, a little bit green in the house of Des. What's wrong? Am I overdressed or not, Rachel?
No,
It depends on what we have below the chin there, because we can only see up to the chin. You don't have a green. Nah, you're okay.
I have a shirt on that's nearly 25 years old, but look at this. You see the?
Oh, very good.
Tien Camp, 1997.
It's a celebration of a marriage, actually, and they handed out these shirts, and they don't go how you call that? They don't wear. So I never threw them away.
They wash well.
Sorry, I'm going to sing you a true story from Glendalough. He's a local poet. His name is Charlie McCoy. And Frank Callery helped me on this song. Thank you, Frank. Deep in the valley of Wicklow's fine mountains, the deer heard a cry of a sweet little boy. The rippling stream of Glendasson Valley, a playground for rabbits and Charlie McCoy. The lad for the bullets that killed oh so many was brought to the surface not far from his home. A world war was raging and Ireland was rising, but here there was music from Fiddler's Row. He planted the trees that would shore up the workings. The forest was made by Charlie McCoy. At the end of the day down in Glendalough Tavern, to cheer with his comrades was his ultimate joy. Young Charlie enlisted the Free State Army. In Dublin he saw Bridget's beautiful eyes. His dream was to bring her to Glendasson Valley and settle forever in his green paradise. Well dressed in suit and tie, Charlie recited the poems he wrote about causes and life. He'd criticize issues and honor his dear ones, and he'd spit on his shoes to make sure they shone bright. He planted 1,000 or maybe 1,000,000. The forest was made by Charlie McCoy. At the end of the day down in Glendalough Tavern, good beer and good comrades, his ultimate joy. They lived among rabbits and hunted with ferrets. The greyhounds couldn't keep the gamekeepers away. He quickly hid a ferret in a pot near the fire, just one of his tricks we still talk of today. As he's come home late to his bridie there waiting, he'd give her a fiver for the wrong he had done. For he loved her so dearly from the deeps of his heart, but next day he'd puzzle where the fiver had gone. He planted 1,000 or maybe 1,000,000. The forest was made by Charlie McCoy. At the end of the day down in Glendalough Tavern, good beer and good comrades, his ultimate joy. One day he recycled a washing machine, turned the drum into a flower pot with a colourful paint. And you won't believe what he built from the motor, a grinder that roared like a turboprop plane. As Charlie grew older, he saw the world changing. He lost his dear wife and his friends one by one. The rise and demise of Glendalought's labour, now the last survivor of the valley had gone. His grave is right under the trees he belongs to. May good old Saint Kevin take care of his soul. We cherish the memories by reading his poems. This Charlie McCoy played a wonderful role. He planted 1,000 or maybe 1,000,000. The forest was made by Charlie McCoy. At the end of the day down in Glendalough Tavern, good beer and good comrades, his ultimate joy. Sinne.
Brilliant. Brilliant, Simon. Then we're going to go to Porrick. Poor King.
Thanks, Rachel.
How are you?
Good. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and we celebrate Mother's Day tomorrow. So I'd like to sing this song in memory of those mothers who were denied the right to celebrate motherhood as it should have been. In Shame, Love and Shame, Sean McCarthy. They whisper their stories, they glance with the eye, they look over my shoulder when I pass them by. My father and mother, they treat me the same. Hear the nightingale crying in shame, love, in shame. Oh, cling to me tight, love, take hold of my hand. The road, it is long, love, and harsh is the land. That's the cross we must carry, for having no name. Hear the nightingale crying in shame, love, in shame. I had wings to my feet, and of love I had dreamed. The moon and the stars, oh, how friendly they seemed. The touch of his hand in the soft summer rain. Hear the nightingale crying in shame, love, in shame. Oh, once in the starlight, when he held me close, down by the green meadow where grew the wild rose, the wind sang of love. Oh, how soft its refrain. But the nightingale cries now in shame, love, in shame. Now hush, little darling, we soon will be there, and a blanket of love will surround you with care. No vile tongues will whisper, you'll never feel pain. Hear the nightingale meek will inherit. I've heard this decree, and suffer small children to come unto me. The sins of the father on your head will be laid. Hear the nightingale crying in shame, love, in shame. How mute are the birds now, my bonny and boy. How deep is the river, how silent your cry. The waters baptize you, then we'll both bear a name. Hear the nightingale sing, there's no shame, there's no shame. Sinead.
Well done.
Well done.
Lovely. Lovely kind of stuff.
So now we're going back to our special guest, Daoirí. Hi, Daoirí.
Thanks very much, guys. Thanks. That was lovely. Jesus, some lovely songs there tonight. Okay, I'm gonna go back and sing another song from that I would have learned from listening to Liam Weldon, and he wrote this song himself. And he wrote 5 beautiful songs that we that I know of, and he wrote this one about his wife Nellie. He wrote 2 songs about his wife Nellie, but this one is an absolutely beautiful song. It's called Via Ecstasy. The 2 of them are beautiful songs, but this one really blew me away the very first time I heard it. And what happened was I was studying in college, studying music in college, and I was introduced to Liam Weldon's singing by Fintan Vallely, actually, who was teaching in the college at the time. And I'd actually, that's a lie, I actually had been introduced to Liam Weldon singing by the people in the college, in Courthouse College in Ballyfermot there, you know, and like, you know, Niamh Parsons and Paul McGrattan and those guys kind of had the music in there, and I would have listened to it, but it was like I was always kind of, for the first 2 years I was kind of playing catch up. For the first 2 years of college I was trying to play catch up, just to try and catch up on everyone else, you know. And then when I went into the next college and met up with Fintan Valley there, I started kind of doing a thesis, an end of year thesis in year 4 on Liam Weldon, and I remember hearing this song and I actually listened to it properly for the first time, and I was blown away by just everything about it. Just, he had incredible heart in the song when he was singing it. And then I later on found out that he had recorded it with, and it was recorded and produced by Donal Lunny, and the guitar parts in it actually was Donal Lunny as well. And then I had the honour of recording it again in 2019 there with Donal myself, the song actually. So it's on the latest album, A Lifetime of Happiness. It's called Via Ecstasy. It goes like this. Oh, if you were the restless sea, and I the steadfast stones, oh, you the waving kelp above, and I the bleaching bones. Your little waves to lap my feet,
Advance and kiss in Crouch retreat. Surround, submerge, and at last complete. Oh, you and I truly one. And were you then a yellow bloom, a dancing in the grass, and I a hunting honeybee, a pausing ere I pass, and as I sip on your nectar sweet, your pollen grains surround my feet. In that ecstatic moment meet. Oh, you and I truly one. And were I then a single seed, a one of all the millions in the field, and you a gentle raindrop from the sky, as you'd fall upon my breast to awaken me from my long rest. In the moment by the all gods blessed. Oh, you and I truly one. And were you then the last wild leaf upon the autumn bough, and I the wind, a wanton thief, to blow as I blow now. And when you fall as fall you must, well I to be the waking dust, beyond sorrow, grief, or even lost, to lie here forever truly one. Thanks everyone. Thanks very much.
Lovely.
Yo.
Brilliant.
Well done. Great stuff.
Mighty stuff.
Powerful, very well done.
Thanks very much, everyone. So, I'd like to sing. Now I'm gonna sing another one for you. Oh yeah, we went for a walk today, and all the seasons came at us. It was bloody freezing out. It was roasting out the next minute, and it reminded me of this song, and I'd like to sing it for you now. It's a song called "The Shady or the Stately Woods of True," and I kind of got this song from listening to Frank Hart, and I remember being in Celtic Connections then in Scotland. And I met up. I always, when I go to England, or if I go to Scotland, if I go to Edinburgh or Glasgow, I always try and meet up with Calvin McConnell. I love him. He's a great guy. He's a great crack altogether, and he's just a lovely man. He's very giving. And when I met up with him, I was telling him that I was learning this song, and so he sung his version of it and gave me. He's great because he just keeps singing. He doesn't. He just keeps singing and singing and singing, and different versions of different songs and stuff. So I kind of have to kind of give both of them credit for this, for getting this song, and then I actually went and I recorded it. So I'll sing it for you now. It's called "Shady Woods of True." It's like this. Out from the shady woods of True, McKenna rides at noon, and the sun shone brightly, not a cloud dark in the sky of June. No eye had he for nature's charms, they don't annoy his brain. As by flowery hills he makes his way, and never draws rain, until before looms the tall grey towers of Glaslock's castle old, which within its walls it holds a treasure more dear to him than gold. For within it dwells his own true love, his dark-eyed young Maureen, who one day he hopes will bless his home in the woods of True so green. I have come, he cried, to see you, love, for tomorrow I must go with my brave troop men to Benburb for to defend Dunrow. I have come, he cried, to see you, love, and hear your accent sweet, or I might in this battle fall, and never again we'll meet. Go forth, my love, my blessing, go, and smite that Saxon horde. And when you return, we shall be wed without another word. And with a fond embrace he bid her adieu as the evening sun came down behind the unwestern wooded hills that overlooks Glaslock town. Oh, McKenna, he lightly mounts his steed, and the twilight of the eve, and he heads her over Dassa Hill and True's green shady leaves. And that night he leads the gallant men over the dark hills of Tyrone, where he meets the army of the north at Benburb on the road. All right, well, O'Neill was glad to see these gallant mountaineers, who kept the Saxon walls at bay in True for many's the year. And that night they fought on Benburb's plain as the English flag came that night escaped them through Carrickfergus town. And when autumn's cold was in the air and berries ripe and red, Mackinder and his fair young bride in Glaslough church were wed. And never in her father's life a fairer bride was seen, and MacMahon's only daughter, the dark-eyed young Maureen. Thanks.
Wow.
Thanks very much. Cheers, everyone.
Probably.
I'm gonna sing. I'll give you another one there. There's time for another one, is there? Yeah.
There is, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's sing.
absolutely.
I'm gonna sing this one. I'll do it on the bazooki here. I'll grab it here and see if you know it, right?
Name that tune, eh?
I'm gonna raise my chair up actually. I noticed there I'm a little bit down in the old chair. It's one of those fancy chairs that you can rise up and down. But I broke it a couple of weeks ago, leaning back in it. I had a few cans of Guinness and I thought I was great when I was leaning back, and the whole back of it nearly fell off.
But you didn't break your neck.
I fixed it with Galvo band. Fair play to me. In the lowlands of Cregan there lives a white hare, as swift as the swallow that flies through the air. You may tramp the world over, but none to compare to the pride of Low Cregan, that bonny white hare. How and clear autumn morning, as you will suppose, and the red golden sun over the green mountain rose. Party con we came down and he did declare, for this day I'll put an end to the bonny white hare. So we searched through the lowlands and down through the glen, all among the wild ditches where the white hare it ends, till at last coming down over the heather so fair, from behind the wild thistle out jumps the white hare. Bang, bang went his guns, and his dogs he slipped too, as swift as the wind over the green mountain flew. But his dogs they came back and it made Barney sigh, for he knew that the white hare had bid him goodbye. Well, we're some jolly sportsmen down here from Pomeroy, from Cookstown and Cool Island, and likewise the Moy. With our pedigree greyhounds we travelled from far, and we come down to Cregan in our fine motor car. Oh, and into the lowlands these huntsmen didn't go, and in search of the white hare they look high and low. Till at last Barney Conway from a tarp bank song there, she added to the huntsman, there lies the white hare. So they called up their greyhounds from off the green lea, Barney and the huntsman all gee up time glee. It was there on the tarp bank all gathered around, 7 dogs and 9 men did that poor hare surround. Oh, no wonder that white hare did tremble with fear, as she stood on her hind legs she would raise her big ears. As she stood on her hind legs in one gallant spring, she jumped over the greyhounds and she broke through the ring. When the chase it went on, it was a beautiful view, as swift as the wind over the green mountain flew. But those pedigree greyhounds, they didn't run too far. They came back and went home in their fine motor car, yeah. Then there came another man, and you all know him well, and his name it was Kelly with Bonnie Black Bell. In search of the white hair, today I'll have fun. He says, I'll bet 50-1 my Black Bell will her turn. 5 turns the hair got, then from Bonnie Black Bell, and the 6th one it was given around John Hardy's well. It was there we lost sight of the hare and the dog, and then 10 minutes later they came o'er the black bog. Well, that she ace it went on, it was great for to see. Oh, the white hare and the black dog, they roamed light and free. So she travelled to ask her where she knew the lambs well, and to Bonnie Black Bella there should be farewell. Oh, and now to conclude, and finish this rhyme, I hope that you forgive me for singing all this while. If there's any amongst you up in Carrickmore Fair, please drink up a health to that bonny white hare. Thanks very much, everyone.
Well done.
Thanks so much, Terry. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you as a guest, and on behalf of the Courthouse Arts Centre, I hope we get to welcome you into the Arts Centre in the future. Thanks a million for being our special guest tonight. It's been
Absolutely delighted, guys. Really, thank you very much.
It's been a real treat. Thanks a million, Derry. Big round of applause for Derry.
Thanks very much,
Fantastic.
everyone. I love you all.
All right, the rest of us have a dilemma. We don't have far to go, really. We don't have far to kind of fall home. So I'm conscious of a good few people that we haven't got to. So I propose that we can, the audience here can sing on till 12 if you're up for it. It's 11:20 now. I'm going to call 3 people here, and apologies if we don't get to everybody. In the next session, we'll get to you at the very beginning. So I'll call Helen, Jerry and Colm. So Helen, you've been very patient, and can you unmute yourself, Helen? How are you?
Hi, how's it going, Rachel?
How are you? You well?
Good, good. It's really weird that I'm sitting up here in Claravale and I've never been to the sessions over the road. So I wouldn't be making it out a night like that anyway, tell you. Over the Mountain. I should probably sing Over the Mountain, but I'm not. I'm going to sing Sheila in the Ire. And I've got my crutch, my words with me, even though I know them. I kind of always hold on to the ink as if it's seeping into me. Yeah, let me see now. Oh, as I wandered out by a clear flowing stream, it was there I beheld the most beautiful dear. I'm going to start again, go down lower, actually. Sorry. My daughter loves this song. She asked me to sing it every morning, so that's what I'm singing. Oh, as I wandered out by a clear flowing stream, it was there I beheld the most beautiful dim. And in great confusion I did ask her name. Are you Flora, Aurora, or the famed Queen of Tyre? She answered, I'm neither, I'm Sheila ni Iyer. Oh, go rhyme and rogue, let me flocks roam in peace. You won't find among them the famed golden fleece. For the tresses of Helen, that goddess of Greece, will hank round your heart like a doll of desire. Be off to your spare van, said Sheila ni Iyer. Oh, had I the wealth of the Orient store, or the gems of Peru, or the Mexican whore, or the great hand of Midas to mold ore and ore, fine bracelets of gold, or flaming sapphire, I'd roll you in splendor, my Sheila ni Iyer. May the sufferings of Sisyphus fall to my share, or may I the torments of Tantalus bear, and to the dark land of Hades my soul fallen ere. Without linnet note, linnet and song, or note on the lyre, if ever I prove false to my Sheila ni Iyer. There we go. I think that's it.
Yep.
Lovely. Lovely.
Thanks, William. So now we're going to go to Jerry. Jerry, can I ask you to unmute yourself?
There he is down there.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Jerry, yeah.
Okay, I think I'll give a Wexford song, Tom Haggart.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Lovely.
At Christmas time, long, long ago, I heard old people say, when Tyrone rule was at its worst, and Cromwell's troops elsewhere, a valiant priest laid down his life for faith and for the land, at a place known as Tom Haggart, not far from Linkstown Strand. The year was 1653, when priests were hunted down and murdered without mercy wherever they were found. As Father Nicholas Mailer called upon his faithful flock to assist them at the Holy Mass upon the All Mass Rock. It was early Christmas morning, to the first now they were bound. The bright stars twinkled overhead as they laid upon the ground. Not fearing any danger that might have come their way, for they had a duty to perform, as this was Christmas Day. Just then a warning voice was heard. There's movement in the glen. Prepare, there's movement in the glen. I as Mass was nearly ended, and just then a warning voice was heard. There's movement in the glen. Prepare to flee and save yourselves. I fear it's Cromwell's men. Pray save the chalice, cried the priest, before you go away. Pray save it from those violent men. You will need it yet someday. Brave Mrs. Lambert volunteered. The chalice she would shield. She wrapped it in her apron white, to them she never yield. And in a musket shot rang out, it filled our hearts with fear. Their noble priest fell to the ground, no more his voice did hear. They laid him in the old churchyard, where pilgrims come and go, beside the well of Anne and James, where healing waters flow. And the male chalice in the church, it's there for all to see. And cherish with a burning love for all eternity. Sorry, I left one verse out, I think, you know.
Sorry, you did great.
Thanks, Miriam. Brilliant. Colin Brennan.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Colin, how are
Good.
you? Are you well?
I'm great. A wonderful night. My God, your guest has blown us away, and that song of Jerry's blew me away as well. I have a song I wrote last August called Clifton Gate. Something light this hour of the night. Friends and neighbors, suspend your labors. List to the story I now relate. It's not of drownings or bishops frowning. 'Tis about a party called Clifton Gate. In Connemara, 'twas the month of August, the worthies gathered to have the crack. Storm Ellen raged just a short day after, Oh, from the papers, alas, alack. Plus four scare gathered, the odd one blathered. 'Tis true for sure, some would rue the day. They all assembled, and not one trembled, all here to honor the late Marking Killalay. Starmelon was nothing like that gathered in the hearts of people from far and near. Those very vixens that framed our restrictions brought them in public without shame or fear. Those golfing buddies, some fuddy-duddies, have played their game there during recess to go on and party and not be tardy. 'Tis hard to credit, my God, what a mess. With us cocooning, those boyos were crooning a late-night rendition of Galway Bay. Shielded by laughter from fallout disaster, no thought that night of a judgment day. From privileged factions, such callous actions, like Nero fiddling while Rome burned down. We now see they fool us, yes, those who would rule us, a minister lost in my own hometown. We're in this together, the slogan that brought us through 6 long months of the COVID rage, with deep subsistence with those with deep subsidence in those who gave us guidance, and now we're asked to just turn the page. Shouldn't you?
Yo.
Lovely.
Thanks, Colin.
Brilliant.
Now I'm going to call 3 singers to finish up the night, and again, apologies, we're not going to get to everybody. So I'll call Brendan, Pamela, and Gavin to finish up the night. So Brendan Kennedy, are you there? Hi, Brendan. How are you?
Thanks very much. This is a song that there's a session on Zoom that I go along to every Thursday night, and they always finish up with this song. So it's a sort of an end of night song. The time passes over more cheerful and gay, since we learnt a new act to drive sorrows away. Sorrows away, sorrows away, sorrows away, since we learnt a new act to drive sorrows away. Bright Phoebe awakes so high up in the sky, with her red rosy cheeks and her sparkling eye. Sparkling eye, sparkling eye, sparkling eye, with her red rosy cheeks and her sparkling eye. If you ask for my credit, you'll find I have none. With my bottle and friend, you will find me at home. Find me at home. Find me at home. Find me at home. With my bottle, and friend, you will find me at home. Although I'm not rich and although I'm not poor, I'm as happy as those that's got thousands or more. Thousands or more, thousands or more, thousands or more. I'm as happy as those that's got thousands or more. Good night.
Brilliant.
Great stuff. Lovely.
Brilliant. So now we're going to go to Pamela.
Hello, thank you for asking me, and that was wonderful, Brendan. I got to sing harmony with you. I'll skip the introduction in the interest of time. A song from Thomas Davis. Bright red is the sun o'er the waves of Loch Sheelin. A cool, gentle breeze from the mountain is stealing, unfair around the islets the small ripples play. But fairer than all is the flower of Finney. Her hair is like night and her eyes like grey morning. She trips o'er the heather as if it's touch scorning. But her heart and her lips are as mild as May Day. Young Eilidh MacMahon, the flower of Finney. But who round the hillside then wild deer runs fleeter? And who down the hillside is hastening to greet her? Who but Fergus O'Farrell, that fiery young gay, the darling and pride of the flower of Finney? One kiss and one clasp and one wild look of gladness. But why does it change all a sudden to sadness? He has told his sad fortune he can no longer stay. He must leave his poor Eilidh alone in Finney. For Fergus O'Farrell was true to his sireland, and the dark hand of tyranny drove him from Ireland. He joins the brigade in the war far away, but he vows he'll return to the flower of Finney. He fights at Cremona, she hears of his story. He fights at Cassano, she's proud of his glory. Still, sadly, she sings Shularun all the day. Oh, come back, my darling, come home to Finney. 8 long years have passed till she's nigh broken hearted. Her rock and her reel and her flax she has parted. She sails with the wild geese to Flanders away, and leaves her sad parents to mourn in Finney. Lord Clare on the field of Rumillies is charging. Before him the Sassenach squadrons enlarging. Behind him the cravats their sections display. And beside him rides Fergus and shouts for Finney. On the slopes of La Gironde the Frenchmen are flying. Lord Clare and his squadron the foe is still defying, but outnumbered and wounded retreat in array, and bleeding rides Fergus and thinks on Finney. At the cloister in Ypres a banner is swaying, and by it a pale weeping maiden is praying. This flag is the sole trophy of Ramillies fray, and this nun is poor Eily, the flower of the Finney.
Wow.
Yep.
Splendid, Pam.
It's gorgeous. Thanks a million. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So we're going to finish up with good Wexford man, Gavin Byrne. How are you, Gavin?
How are you, lads? It's been a great evening. So it has. Derry was brilliant.
Sure.
Fairness. I'll try a John Tunney song that I've been singing lately called The Tatty Hokers.
Brilliant.
I saw the tatty hawkers, I saw them gan I saw the tatty hawkers strolling down the Brummie. One of them had shoes and stockings, mair of them had nane at a'. Some of them had a wee dram o' whiskey for to keep the cowl awa'. Some of them came fae Fair Maid, mair they came fae Donegal. Men and women, bully wee chills, strolling down the Brummie. They'd been working in the lowlands on farms fae Stewart and tae Patna, hawking tatties, snagging turnips. Now for him they sail awa'. I saw the tatty hawkers, I saw them gan awa'. I saw the tatty hawkers strolling down the Brummie. One of them had shoes and stockings, mair of them had nane at a'. Some of them had a wee dram o' whiskey for to keep the cold awa'. The work is hard, cruel and back-breaking. They miss their families and their friends. At night they sing and play their music and take what is their Maker sends. Sleeping rough in barns and bothies, on beds of rushes and o' straw, eating porridge night and morning, meat on Sundays if at all. Oh, I saw the tatty hawkers, oh, I saw them gan awa. Oh, I saw the tatty hawkers strolling down the Brummie. Oh, een of them had shoes and stockings, a mair of them had nane at all. Some of them had a wee dram o' whiskey for to keep the cold awa. Some who quit the tatty hawking head to Glasgow and Garngad, to the steelworks and the gasworks. The labour's hard, the wage not bad. Slave from morning to the evening, the dirt, the sweat, the gaffer's ball. A man couldn't miss the tatty hawking, the sweet fresh air, the lark's clear call. Oh, I saw the tatty hawkers, oh, I saw them gan awa. Oh, I saw the tatty hawkers strolling down the Brummie. Oh, een of them had shoes and stockings, a mair of them had nane at all. Some of them had a wee dram o' whiskey for to keep the cold awa. There's some who'll die alone in bothies, a pauper's grave far, far fae hame. Most will mak it back to Ireland, to live and die amongst their ain. We live to see their numbers dwindle, till at last there's nane at all. Just ghosts of countless tatty hawkers who still haunt the Brummie. It's I saw the tatty hawkers, it's I saw them gan awa. It's I saw the tatty hawkers strolling down the Brummie. Oh, een of them had shoes and stockings, a mair of them had nane at all. Some of them had a wee dram o' whiskey for to keep the cold awa. Gorv Magwith.
Brilliant.
Good man, Gavin.
Well done, Gavin. That was brilliant.
Great stuff.
Well done, Gavin. Brilliant, to a lovely night. Again, I just want to thank everybody here in the room. It's been an absolute fantastic night to have you all here with us, and to Daoirí for his wonderful sets. It was just fantastic. And just to let you know that Daoirí is on St. Patrick's night at 10 o'clock on his own Facebook page. So tune in there and we can all enjoy more of that. And I just want to thank the Courthouse Singing Sessions, the Courthouse Arts Centre, and hopefully we'll be able to do this again soon, and maybe in person if things go well. So thanks one and all for your contribution and for a wonderful night. It's been fantastic. Really enjoyed it. And keep safe and keep singing, and we'll see you all again soon. And as Seamus said there, we could get to like Zoom, I think, the way things are going these days, although it would be nice to be in a room with you all, no doubt about it. So good night, everybody. Thanks a million again, Daoirí.
Thank you, Rachel.
See you all soon.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you for hosting.
Thanks, Rachel. Well done.
Thanks, everybody, and good night, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Good night, Jerry.
Hi, Simon.
Very much. It's been Saturday night. It's lovely.
You are.
You are got to me, Plowman.
Night.
Night, guys.
Night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks very much.
Night now.
Safe
Thanks,
house.
Derry.
Thanks,
Nice.
Millie.
Well done, Daoirí, lovely.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
See you, Derry. Take care.
Take
Good night,
care,
James.
everyone.
Joe, Rachel, whenever you were saying a round of applause for Derry, I thought you were talking about me and Mariam.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
Up Derry.
Great Derrys.
Oh, yeah.
It's good for the halt, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's good for height, all right. when I hit Mariam gives me around my neck.